Welcome back to today's exciting chapter, everyone. So, today we're going to take a look at some of the books I picked up last weekend. I went to a small little convention called Rubicon in Springfield, Missouri. And it's pretty small, but it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes you find some good stuff, sometimes you don't. They do it every year. The owner's really friendly, real nice guy. Has a shop up there called Ruble Misers that I go up there and check out every now and then. So, anyways, this was actually at a small little convention hall. It was almost like an annex. It was connected to a flea market, a pretty good sized one too. So I guess that's the place I've been doing the last couple of years. But anyways, we're gonna take a look at what I picked up. I got some good stuff. I think nothing earth shattering, but some cool stuff we're gonna take a look at. So don't mind the mess here. So the first booth I went to. He had 3 books I picked up. Secret Wars 2, Issue 1, a newsstand. Decent condition overall. He had that priced at 2, obviously, as you can see there. Had Transformers 18. I think $3 for that one. And then European Missions Issue 2 for $2. So I asked him if he'd take 5 on all 3 of those, and he said yeah. So I figured, it's a pretty good pickup. And this was last week before the Secret Wars movie got announced. I doubt that's going to make this book pop, but I think it's worth at least that from what I saw. And I actually had issue 3 already of the G.I. Joe European Missions. So that goes nice with my issue 2 right there. So cool stuff. $5 for the 3. I figured that's a pretty good buy, and they all seem to be in pretty decent condition. So, yes, we'll do that one. Next dealer I went to he still had a bunch of the free comic book day ones, and he had one issue of this, the Avengers Judgment Day, and I seem to recall hearing that this book had kind of picked up some steam a little bit, and he was actually still offering that as a free book, so I picked that up. It was the last one he had. I said, "Are you sure? You don't? No, that's free. Okay, cool." So I didn't actually get to pick this up on Free Comic Book Day because the ones here in my town don't really do that or participate in it anymore, I don't think. So grabbed that. So I was like, okay, cool. Looked around some of the other stuff. He had this one here. Wolverine 88. I think this is the first battle between Wolverine and Deadpool. The other comic shop I have one of the comic shops I have here in town has 2 of these priced at $90 each. It's not going for near that. And it does seem to have some spine dings. Not 9.8, but probably a 9.0, maybe a 9.2. 15 on that. And then he had, and I'll preface this by saying, I'm not the biggest Star Wars guy, but he did have Mando there. And I have not been able to find him in the stores at all. Now, I definitely would prefer the Beskar armor, but I'll take this as a first step. So again, not a big Star Wars guy. I can't remember the last time I picked up a Star Wars figure, but he had these 2. I asked him if he would take, I think 35 for the 2, and he said yeah. So I figured 20 for that and 15 for that. If you think about it, I thought that was okay. Plus, he'd already let me grab the free comic book day, so kind of been, almost felt like I had to buy something. So, anyways, from that guy, 35, not bad, right? And then the next one I went to actually had quite a bit of stuff. I picked up a big stack of books right here, guys. Check that out. So, we'll take a look here. So the first one I saw was the New Avengers 27, which is the first Clint Barton as Ronan. If you remember in the movies, he did play Ronan, or at least briefly in Endgame, and then even briefer in the Hawkeye series. So $3 for that. I mean, at one time I think that was $100-some book and a 9.8. I don't think it's that much now, but again, saw that. Definitely could use some cleaning, but grabbed that. He had a couple of Spawn books here. 52 and 58. Nothing special about these, but you know, they were $2. Spawn's kind of getting hot. I don't have these anyways, so I thought I'd grab them. Some of the, the 100 and 150-ish and up, and all those are kind of worth a bit. But anyways, I hadn't seen these for a while, so I snagged those. Got 64 as well. Got a few dings on that one. No big deal there. I mean, again, you can see fairly reasonably priced too. I mean, you go to some conventions, even the small ones, some of these dealers want like crazy prices for stuff, especially when you could say I could go on eBay and buy it for half that. And I guess they figure a lot of people have poor impulse control. So I go to a con and I kind of look at it as you have to force me to buy something. You know, if your prices aren't comparable to what I can get it for online, I'm not gonna. There's no point in me doing it. I can wait. Anyways, so then I picked up this one, Alpha Flight 3. This is one of the first negative space covers. Newsstand also. Again, nothing special about it other than that. I just thought it was cool. Hadn't seen it in person for a while, so I picked that up. It's pretty high grade, I think. Then, next book I got here was New Mutants 39. And I mean, this is just a classic cover. I don't know that it's a pricey book or anything, but it seemed to be a fairly clean copy overall. And I didn't have this one, so I picked that up also. And then this one is surprising. This book is generally wherever I see about a $10 book. And he had it priced at $4. And now I don't think it's a 9.8, obviously, but I remember having this one way back in the day. I got it when it came out and had sold it like an idiot. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, that's price is right up my alley. I can deal with that. And then he had a bunch of X-Men books. Now, some of these, I mean, you know, I don't think any of these are major keys by any means, but they're all good filler. And anytime I see X-Men in the, not that I ever see the 90s, but hundreds to the late 200s for a decent price, I'll pick them up. And he had that 167, 172. I actually already have a copy of this, but you know, again, $3 on that one. It's pretty clean. Got 177 newsstand. Some people care about that, some people don't. 182 newsstand. And again, these, I don't think any of these are 9.8s, but you know, probably in the 9 to 9.2 range. Got 183 newsstand. 192. 193. That's actually the cover, I think the direct cover of the X-Men Omnibus 4, Uncanny X-Men Omnibus 4. So we got that. 197, another newsstand. 199. 200 with the Great Magneto cover, also a newsstand. Pretty clean copy. And 203 out of that. So all these books here, I think he came up to like 47, 48, something like that. I asked him if he'd take 35 on this, and he said yeah. So I guess 35 was the magic number that weekend, because I got two things for $35. Go figure. So thought that was pretty decent. Not the last bit of comic books though. Did go to a couple other places. Anyone who knows me knows I like Darkhawk, so one of the stores locally in town had a bunch of Darkhawk issues, and I've been kind of picking up every so often when I'm in there. So I got 29, 18, 14, and 49. And actually asked him if he would asked him if he'd do half off, but he said he'd do 2. So, well, these are generally dollar grade books. They were pretty high grade, so I thought I'd pick those up. I bought from the shop before. They've been pretty good overall. And I kind of forgot something there. But anyways, so then, as I mentioned, this place was connected to a antique store, or a flea market, antique store, whatever you want to call it. And you know, a lot of those stores sell comics also. So I started going through the booths. There was one guy who had a bunch of comics, but you know, as is typical, a lot of those were priced. They were dollar bin comics priced at $3, $4, $5 and up. But I did snag a few things here, so we're gonna take a look at this. This is Avengers West Coast 56. This book was hot for a while, back I think when WandaVision was coming out, and it's obviously cooled down a lot since then. I found this one time for a quarter, about a year or so ago, and this book is not super clean. It needs, I don't know if you can see this right here, there's some dirt or something on there, I don't know. But it was $2, and he had the booth marked at half off, so it was $1, so okay. This one, I just remember this from back in the day. I thought it was a cool cover. This is nothing special, but it's a clean copy. It was $1. Again, priced at $2, but at the half off it was $1. And then Beavis and Butthead 5. Now, I had quite a few of Beavis and Butthead comics back in the day. I was a huge fan of the show, still am. So anytime I could find those for cheap, I'll pick them up. Some of those, surprisingly, are actually worth a few bucks. And, you know, so I picked this up, again, priced at $2, half off $1. Then there was another booth selling comics. By this time, it was kind of time to close, or getting close to closing, so I only got this one from the other booth here. He had a lot of dollar stuff, but pretty good stuff. Just a Revolution book, nothing special about it, other than cool cover. Pick those up every now and then. And then the last thing, well, not the last comic book, I actually went to one of the stores in town there, and they still had a bunch of free comic book day comics. And I saw the Nottingham one here. Yeah, looked interesting enough, and it was free, so I picked that up. And then, lastly, even though I mentioned I am not a Star Wars guy, wouldn't you know it, I bought another Star Wars figure. 2 in the same day. That probably hasn't happened in quite some time. I got this at GameStop, I think it was 30, 35. So I go from hardly ever buying Star Wars figures to buying 2 in the same day. That does not happen very often, but it nonetheless did. Usually I'll pick up some Transformers or Marvel Legends. Did not. Only Star Wars. Kind of feels weird to say that. But that is what I picked up. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think I got some good deals. I mean, again, nothing crazy, nothing earth-shattering, but you know, something interesting, I thought. So feel free to let me know what you guys think. Did I pick up anything good? Any cool stuff here, or is this just all crap, or what do you guys think? I think I did. Like I said, I think I did okay. But anyways, leave a comment. Let me know. That's it for this video. Nothing, like I said, nothing crazy here, but some cool stuff. So feel free to check out the next video I got coming up. I'm going to do a run through of the Atomica Kickstarter package that I got and what came with that. So stay tuned on that. But again, as I'll say, as always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Helps me out. I know these are very basic videos here, but I appreciate you guys sticking with me. So that's it. I'll catch you next time. All right, have a good night.